What is the origin of the state?
It was on MTV in the mid-90s. No, the state became the state because people started to have too much stuff going on to attend to it themselves, so they got the state to do it. They hired a bunch of people to run it while they were working.
Wrong. The state began when one group conquered another group and made them their bitch, so to speak. This goes back to Mesopotamia, Egypt. Whatever the one group eats then exploits the weaker group. The state is the aristocracy that exploits the underclass. It's not the same as government, though people often use one for the other.
What about the Nazis and the communists? The Nazis weren't like a bunch of guys from Siberia who conquered Germany.
They were a bunch of guys from Germany who conquered Germany, even though they were elected. In Russia they weren't exactly elected a point as they became the aristocracy and the underclass labored for them.
Did Jesus conquer people? Was Jesus like Hitler?
Jesus' followers were there by choice. If you didn't appreciate his dictates you could leave. This is the whole point of this.
But our government aren't Nazis. They don't build concentration camps with our tax dollars. They help people. Or the Democrats do at least.
If they feel like it. There are 30 million Americans living under the poverty line, yet people in Washington want to bring democracy to the Middle East and pay people to grow corn so we can all be big fatsos.
Well, that stuff is important too. Apparently.
The Muslims don't seem to think it's very important, and I don't see what's so important about making the fattest people on earth even fatter.
Well, you can do activism against that stuff.
How about letting the people who want it pay for it? Then I can pay for what I want instead of what the state wants, and then what I want.
Maybe we don't have absolutely everything we want, but we are generally happy, and like 60 Minutes does awesome exposés. And they don't work for the government. So yeah, there is state power, but there is social power too.
Yes, there is. But then that's limited by how conditioned we are to accept the state's actions. I saw a 60 Minutes thing the other night, where they were talking about some water thing in California and they were saying, is this money being spent wisely?
Right? Whose point are you trying to make here, sweetheart?
But then they did a segment on Afghanistan, and didn't ask any of those types of questions. They pick at the edges. They can make a few people look silly, but that's about it.
Did you ever see Dead Heat with Joe Piscopo? Look, this is stupid. Our government isn't a conquering horde. It is, as Lincoln said, it is by the people, for the people. What the fuck? That was supposed to be patriotic music. Thanks, that is a big improvement. Thanks a lot, that is really patriotic, if you are from New Jersey.
Then they should let the people pay for what they want instead of giving us this ridiculous package deal where we support all this stuff that the people in Washington want.
Package deals are awesome. You go on vacation and you get like free hang gliding.
Well, then we should negotiate our own awesome package deals. Who is that? I reserved this mental room for an hour. It's only been like 5 minutes.